Hey there, welcome back to the Warlord Card Gamer, and today we were trying to live stream the final of the 2020 Online World Championship Tournament. Unfortunately, YouTube had other plans for us. It was our first time trying to live stream. Didn't work out. We did figure out, I think we figured out the kinks, and hopefully next time we'll be able to make it work the way it was supposed to. So we weren't able to record the first round or the first game of the last round. But we did record the second one, and spoiler alert, it went roughly the same way. So yeah, enjoy the games, and stick around as well, because we did end up interviewing first and second place. Give them a good, give them some time to reflect on how the games went, and to reflect on how that impacts the rest of their life in the Warlord community. But anyway, yeah, enjoy, and we'll see you at the end.
Welcome back, everybody. We missed an exciting and kind of inevitable game one. But we are into game two of the 2021 Online World Championship for Warlord Saga of the Storm. And we have Dow, or Wad 77, piloting King Zod. Yep, against Lord Winter, piloting, I'll let you say the name.
Adarimi.
Yeah, there we go. Adarimi. Yep. You got to tell the story again because it wasn't recorded earlier.
Yeah, and we deleted it. So we had some technical difficulties. We were trying to do a live stream, didn't work out, so now we're just going to record. Adarimi was designed by one of my high school teachers, actually. He was in my play group in Miami, and it's I guess amalgamation of his name and his sister's name. His name was Adam, or is Adam, and he's super pumped about how she has aged super well as one of the most powerful warlords in the game. She's from the Call to Arms set, which was a set that everybody got to it was a set based off of players' ideas for cards. And so she's definitely a pretty unique warlord.
That's awesome. I love the lore on that.
Yeah,
that's crazy that you know him.
Yeah.
Does it say his name on the side?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah, okay. Adam Wexler.
That's awesome. I love it.
And there we go on the left. Yeah, idea by Adam Wexler.
Yep. So just to catch us up, just into the game, these decks are, I would say, pretty evenly matched. I think maybe the Adarmi's a little bit more advantaged against the other Zods throughout the event, but these two should give us a good show. Last game, Zod was able to, assemble Voltron and go over the top of Adarmi, and kind of made it look easy. But
he reaches that 30 AC, it becomes pretty much out of reach to hit him, and it's just hard. He can just tank through everything. So Adarimi definitely needs to blitz her way through him before he gets that far.
Yeah, and the trouble with, I guess the reason this Zod in particular is good against Adarmi is that he can equip all of his items from the front. He doesn't need to play a bunch of meaty characters and stun them up and, play into Winter's Warfare. Yeah. He can just kind of move up once a turn, not in any hurry, but also not in any need for extra time. I mean, he was online really turn 2 last game. He was very much online, but even turn 1, he looked pretty good. So...
Well, he did get the, what is it, Dunley?
Denali Sagebound and Cardinal's Blessings, and he faded the exhaustion, which was the important part.
Yeah. I assume Adarimi is playing exhaustion, right?
Yes, the Adarmi deck has 3 exhaustion. Has the 2 Rosalie to cast it. And we're seeing some medium rolls. Looks like one of the Spencers got stunned by a will, which is, saving 2. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure off of Zod's army.
Off Zod, yeah.
Adept Ray coming down. Still 4 cards in hand for Adarmi. And Zod's armor class not looking great. He's got Dark-Hide armor, pretty irrelevant. It's basically the card just says, +1 AC.
+1 AC, yeah. In this deck.
That's, yep. Pops the potion. Goes ahead and pops the potion.
Again, wow, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Adept gets another strike.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
nice thing
add
about
it.
potion, it's not a react, so I
Yeah, it's
guess Dow
a
thinks he's going
static.
to get stunned up this turn, or he wants to
Play another one.
shore up against exhaustion or something. Maybe he did it before he used his order, so maybe he was thinking it would affect like Burn the Inn or Back Alley Tavern or something. Spoiler alert, I don't think it does, but he did it. It goes and gets the helm this game, so yeah, no Cardinals blessings. He definitely would have gone for it, I think, if he could.
Yeah, he could have played it.
Yeah, goes for the helm, and I mean the potion and right now, and then the helm going in turn 2 pretty much guarantees he'll have it on and be spent in the front to use those reacts. This game's already looking a lot better for Adarmi the last game though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that +6 AC, that really makes it difficult for her to win.
Yeah. And, in the finals, you really want to see all 3 games, almost no matter who you're rooting for. Whether you're rooting for Bricta, who, representing Mexico, or...
Yay, Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely. Love seeing the all the fans turn out for that. I'm looking in the Discord channel, and there's I would say 5 Mexico supporters down there listening to them. So hats off to everybody showing support, showing love for their boy Bricta here. And then
He's manually spending forward.
Yep. Yeah, just using actions, I guess.
With that, or he needs a space to play a 3rd level character.
Also possible.
Oh, there we go. All of the wound prevention has been used up.
Yep. Maybe a bronze. Ooh, supply. Pretty dead in this match. Oh no, not because he can get
he can bring back the potion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. That is actually it's huge. So now Adarmi's looking a little rough again because we're gonna have DC 22 every single turn, and DC 14 as well, or 13 rather as well. Yeah. So before you can touch Zod, and again, no way to get rid of these items.
Well, the Helm of Terror is a react, so that's definitely going to expose him to exhaustion.
True, he can exhaust the helm, roll a 20 on the potion, and then hit the Zod. Yeah, I don't want to sound too negative. Because the Alliance standard does give skill, so that one character is going to be able to potentially get through. And if he can crack Zod's ranks, get him stunned in the front, and
well, he can also, if he wins initiative, he'll be able to do the strikes without the potion.
Also true. Yeah, he could start off with 2 strikes and then go and load somebody up with Rosalie and Alliance standard them and hope. And I think it's reasonable to hope against Zod getting the gauntlets and striking out the character because he doesn't really have any attack right now. He has a current
he's super defensive right now.
He's 0, so the Ghost Steel gauntlets let you do +0s, and he has no attack modifier for those, so they would just be +0. So
he has 1 card in hand. What do you think it is?
On King Zod?
Yeah.
I think it's Supremus.
I think it's a Temple. I think he's going to drop that in the last second.
He could. Yeah. Adarmi's already searched. I don't know if... I didn't pay attention to what she got. Yeah. So I don't know if she got the Kanaiko, but the strikes, or the additional strikes have already been used from Rosalie.
Well, no, he's about to use them now with Adam's Ray. So there's 1 down.
Right. But I mean, you can't put them on... you can't put them on Kanaiko if he has one, and then kill the Temple.
Yeah.
The Temple's probably living through the turn.
Yeah. Illegal rank.
Yeah, if Bricta plays this really well, which I think he will, I think he has a chance. But that repeatable potion.
Yeah, she's definitely or he rather, he and she the character, he the player are. Sure. They're definitely the underdogs here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have the toolbox to deal with this Zod, I think. Or at least not comfortably. Yeah,
we're getting ready to see Zod's ranks get whittled down a little bit more, and eventually what it will be is King Zod in the front.
3 for 3.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Will in the second, and then Supply in the third. and Zod
Yeah.
can just sit comfortably, stunning potentially two characters a turn, getting back
Does
to
he have
pushing
anything with
every
range
turn.
strikes?
No,
He doesn't. No, he doesn't
no
play the
reach.
level 1 rogue.
Mm-mm.
Peanut
Built
gallery
into the
here.
first rank.
Who won the first match?
Zod.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he brought his AC with outside of striking range, which again, that's roughly the 30 AC. These are all
Yeah.
level 1 characters, so they are all give or take in the +7, +10 range. So if Zod can get over or anywhere near that 30 AC number, that's the golden number for him.
He also grabbed his Ghost Steel gauntlets and turned all of his items into pretty much instant
strikes.
kills.
Yeah.
On the level 1s. So it was pretty brutal. But Adarmi is still alive this game. Very low AC on Zod, all things considered, and then very low offense. And he's stunned in the front, and he has a wound on him. What? And don't forget, we did see the black mosses. I mean, you have to go through the
Yeah,
potion,
no, of course.
but we did see the black mosses. Who hit?
Kylia. Kylia?
Oh yeah.
Kylia. I don't know if he's playing Kylia, but
No.
that would be great right now.
The one that moves up. Yep. Kylie is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Definitely solid one of. There's the black moss on
There
the
we go.
on the character that has the alliance standard. So he's got +7 for the potion.
Oh, you
gotta roll that
a 15
first.
or better. Oh, what is this? Okay. Preventing the black moss damage.
Yep.
There we go. He made
He
it.
made the check.
On the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the money.
Yeah. Wow.
That's great. So it's 2 wounds on Zod then.
Yeah. Through Potion of Blurring and Helm of Terror. Well, Helm of Terror was offline this turn, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So the
Well,
game
Helm of
3
Terror's only for
prediction.
strikes anyway.
Yes. Yep. So the game 3 prediction, game 3 hope is live.
Wasn't that two wounds? Zod still only has 1 wound on him.
They should be catching it pretty soon if that was the case. I don't know what the
Because I assumed that roll of 15 was to use the black moss on Zod.
I don't think the players will miss it. That's too
Unless
crucial.
they think that he missed it somehow.
16 + 7. Yeah, it should be good. 23. But again,
AC skill is 7. Yeah. I think they think that he missed the roll.
maybe it's possible, but I would say they have more information than we do. It did look like that was good, but I don't know.
Oh, he won initiative, so there we go. There's that Potion of Blurring again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is not a good sign for our underdog here.
No, he almost needs to, with Adarmi, just go ahead and pump somebody. Although he's maybe a little nervous about the will, but I would say, yeah, it could be a good move just to go ahead and get the alliance standard. But he's going to attack with a Kunzen. See if he can get some lucky. Like, he's got to roll 20s on the DC. Kind of rough. It's not a 20. And that was probably the helm.
No, he went for the Tinker. So he's going for the army now.
Okay, yeah, okay. That makes a lot more
That's
sense.
not bad, of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So react with Kunzen, get an additional strike. See if you can get this elf out of your face. You're supposed to be playing against a dwarf.
Traitor. That's what she should have on her card.
Yep, Traitor of Pain. No, she has long left the Elven faction and joined everybody else in Ancients, it seems like. Okay, so there you go. Second strike. Missed. Nope. Well, he did, I guess, what he wanted, which was to lock out this third rank to prevent like a Denali Sage Bound or similar.
Yeah, which is, again, a great move.
Yep.
Now he's going to have to move Will forward and just
Mhm.
let supply fall forward. Shouldn't supply be
Yes.
spent as well?
Nope. Supply was used at the end of last turn.
Ah, okay.
So here's Will going on Black Moss. So the Adept with the Black Moss and probably Lenora, who has more skill. It's even, so he'll probably go Adept Ray and Lenora here. And
Well, Brother Domini has 3.
yeah, but I think it was between Spencer and Lenora. So he goes for, who was that? That was Adept Ray. So that's your Black Moss carrier. Don't love to see that.
There we go. Rolled 20.
With authority, yeah. So this Adept Ray being stunned is rough because he could have, and I mean, he can still assemble this on somebody, but he could have Alliance Standard him,
Why is
gotten the
Adept Ray
strikes
stunned?
off.
Oh, that was the Will. Sorry.
Yeah, the
that was the
Will.
Will. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Taking care of Dedelia, I assume?
Yeah, he's aiming for her, but he missed both.
Oof.
No,
Is
what
it a
that?
miss?
That's a
That one's
4. Yeah, it's 11. He's
Yep.
been missing he's missed Delia 3 times now.
Little Dedelia that could.
Ouch.
I don't think it's super relevant that he hits or misses Dedelia though. I think these are just kind of whatever strikes. I don't know that Dow's going to build back up, with a second level character and third level character, but maybe Darmy's wanting to get some more info, see the Zod search, waste some actions while he bides his time for a good exhaustion. Not waste, but just progress the game a little bit and angle for something.
Ouch.
There's a 9.
So,
Not
as
enough.
an outlier of this game, why is there a Christmas card?
Yeah, it was a promo for the Christmas season. There was, so I don't know if you figured out yet the challenge system, but basically we had a special overlord that was Christoph Kringle, so Santa, and he had his own little, he had his actions, his cookies and milk. He had a couple of items, Christmas themed. He had his reindeer as his starting army, and the elf, of course, level 2 elf. It was super famous, great promo. Everybody loved it. I'm surprised they didn't continue on that theme a little bit more.
The holidays.
Yeah, the holiday theme. I think everybody loved the Christoph Kringle promo.
You mean like
Well-
eventually there being a killer bunny for Easter?
Yeah, why not?
World of Warcraft trading card game did that. They followed all of the MMOs, various like replacement holidays, and made promo cards for them. And they were really well received.
Yeah, no, I really loved it, and they did do the second holiday season with those warlords, the off-class warlords, I think it was, and well, not all of them, no, it was just Rellin that was off-class, but I mean, I don't think it was nearly as popular just because it just happened to be kind of, I guess, a small group of promos that were relevant to, I guess, snow theme, but they weren't really Christmas themed. And there was so many of them. I think too many of them printed. It's only now that I think that some of those have become a little bit rare.
Yeah, that's true. But I think if you're making promos that are unique, mechanically unique designs, you probably want to make them accessible. I think we've
Yeah.
learned some hard lessons in the Warlord community about that.
Why? Which one do you think was inaccessible?
Raymond Adroud is inaccessible. Potion of
that was
Youth.
also the very Potion of Youth. There has to be some sort of backstory to that. Raymond is a different story because that was at the end of when AEG was running it, so that may not have been the exact intentions. I think maybe some cards might have been thrown away or something. I'm not entirely sure what the story is there because I know it was at the very end of AEG's tenure printing Warlord. But the Potion of Youth thing, that's definitely, the back alley map, sorry. That's what it's called. Map of the back alley, sorry. Map of the back alleys, the potion, the Mephit at that point as well. Something happened there that was definitely, I guess, unexpected, or maybe they just didn't want to release them and somehow they didn't all get destroyed.
I think intentions are usually good. execution, not always there.
Yeah.
Not to single AEG out, but any company. So everybody's working
Sure.
with constraints in the background that the community can't see. So
Yeah.
grace, definitely a lot of grace there, but at the same time, the fact of the matter, can't find those cards, or if you can, they're hundreds of dollars, and
They're very, very
you
expensive.
you have a player base around 1,000 people going strong, and everybody'd love to have them, and almost nobody does. So, but back to the game, we got Ghost Steel Gauntlets out. That's gonna start spelling pressure.
It's gonna start hurting. Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
they're all swinging and missing desperately right now.
Yep. And Adarmi was already on. There was kind of this one way where she could assemble one character with the skill, with the Alliance Standard, additional strikes, and then maybe a late turn Black Moss to get through Zod. But this Ghost Steel Gauntlets means if Rosalie starts pumping strikes out onto the character that has the Alliance Standard buff, that Zod's going to get to strike at that character a couple times in between. So
Yep. I still don't know what's going on there with that second wound. We're gonna have to ask them after the fact, but I'm pretty sure that Zod's supposed to have 2 wounds on him, which would be almost game. He's got 3 hit points.
I don't know. Like I said, I tend to trust the players to know what's happening. I think they probably would have caught it, but who knows? It definitely looked, it looked like.
I mean, it was what's it called? It was the Adept Ray with
Mhm.
+5 from the Alliance Standard.
The other thing I would point out is that they have 7 spectators in their audio with them and watching live. And I think if any one of them had caught it, like if there was something to catch rather, then I think one of the 7 audio listeners would have said, "Hey, what are you doing? Do your math right."
I assume that they're all, I guess, muted. Yeah, they're all muted. So I assume they're not, just like us. We're not, not getting involved.
Well, probably one of, especially with all of them rooting for, or a lot of them rooting for Adarmi. I'm pretty sure somebody would say something. I unmute usually and say something if I'm not in the audio log, then I won't, because I assume that the players know what's happening. But if I am in the audio log and I can hear them and they just did some math wrong or something, I'll unmute and say, "Hey, you guys missed this." Right. But
well, let's hope that he can get lucky.
Yeah, it's going to take.
That's what he needs now. He's another one of those Black Moss. At least one. And
Brickta needs to win initiative. Brickta this turn needs to equip Blazing Medallion, ready the Lenora, fade a strike from King Zod, swing of the Lenora, make the checks, all 4 of them, to get two strikes in, or at least get one of the strikes, one of her 3 strikes in, and then finish off with the Black Moss. But that Black Moss probably also needs to come from Lenora. So it's kind of a lot riding on the Sonora right now.
He's got 4 cards in hand, so he might have something.
Yeah, this is where the versions of Adarmi that run the portable hole and Black Steel daggers, would look really strong or powerful.
I was going to mention that earlier. I'm surprised that he's not running anything on Adarimi to be able to use her. He's gone full in on like blitz, low level blitz.
Yep. There's a lot of tension between Adarmi's best card on the action item side being Winter Warfare and playing the portable holes. It's a little awkward. It's not, the 2 can coexist. You just redraw with the portable hole or use it the next turn or whatever. But yeah, there's just a lot of nuance and stuff to building with her and different styles. And Brickta's gone about as greedy as you can get with the level 1 stuff. So
yeah, because I haven't seen him place anything else or equip anything else to Adarimi other than the Alliance Standard so far. I didn't play any of these decks, so I'm not sure. You have the deck lists, so I don't know if he has anything else in the
Blazing
deck
Medallion
that could help him.
Yeah, it's just it's just the 2 items. It's Blazing Medallion, Alliance Standard, so he can potentially ready this Lenora but that's about as exciting as it's going to get for what Adarmi does. Otherwise, she's just kind of a spectator, which I don't think is a bad way to play her.
Well, I mean, in a worst case scenario, he could also move forward.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
True.
what does he have? He would get +3. Yeah, he needs 17 or better.
It's actually not.
For the strikes.
That's a good point. Yeah, if he moves forward late turn with the Adarmi, Brother D stays alive, which I don't think he will, because I think Wyvern Skills or Dark Hide will take him out. But assuming this Brother D lives, Adarmi comes forward. That is another line I didn't even think about. But if Adarmi starts in the front rank with the brother bonus and wins initiative, we got 3 +5s and a +8 skill to go along with it. So that could hit.
There are definitely ways that this game can swing forward, but again, definitely, I'd say 40-60%. King's Odd's not looking terrible, but he still has the upper hand.
Yep, 23 AC. So Adarmi would need 18s. She would need 6s on the helm check.
He's 22,
And then
doesn't he?
18s
23
on the
with the helm.
rolls.
Yeah, 23 with the helm.
Yep. So that's another path to victory for
Yeah, I did a quick
Adarmi.
thing there.
But otherwise, this one's looking a little... Potion of Blurring has been activated. If supply goes to equip it from the discard Zod, does supply need to make the DC 22 check? I hate the 10th anniversary.
Discard the Potion of Blurring until end of turn. All characters targeting this character with the melee striker action. Yep, he would have to do it as well, I guess.
I'm not going to comment. It's the issue is 20th anniversary, or not 20th anniversary, sorry, 10th anniversary,
10th anniversary,
Ancient Open reprint set. The intention from Arna and Olsh, from what they've told me, was to reprint the cards without changing them mechanically.
Yeah.
The reality is that they changed like 10 or 12 cards.
A bunch of them. Yeah, they did change about 10% of them.
Yes, they changed a ton of them.
Well, we're looking at the dominance version here, so it's not the 10th anniversary.
That's what we're looking at. It'll depend on, and I'm not gonna chime in. We'll let Vic take care of it, but it'll depend on which wording we use. One wording, unfortunately, favors Brickta. One wording favors.
Well, I thought you guys thought the Guardian guy in a ruling on that, on which cards going to honor, and then which cards we were going to go with previous.
We did, but I don't think we ended up getting them all. Let me go look at the Ancients list real quick. I don't know if we covered Potion of Blurring. That might be one that we. Potion of Blurring was.
I feel like what I remember
accepted. Yes,
was like it was accepted.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. So, 10th anniversary. I don't know. I hope they're not waiting on me. He doesn't declare the dwarf as a target. Leaning towards no. Gotcha. So no then.
Let's see. Newer version here anyway, on the Aquadlands.
Well, the problem, I don't think we have it listed there either. So,
where did you guys? I know you guys made a post on the Facebook thing.
Alrighty, so 10th AORS. The Potion of Blurring. I'm pulling it up here. I've got it in 3, 2, 1. There it is. It says. Okay. After another turn, is carried with a melee striker action. Okay. Maybe that's not relevant. Doesn't declare the dwarf as a target. That's tough. Yeah, and what Vic is saying is hard as well, because there's a lot of there's actually some additional targeting rules built into Ancients, and it's kind of it's tricky territory. We don't really have all the rules we need for Warlord. For a card game to really care about all of the rules and the mechanics of it, you need like a big tome. You need like literally the Bible, like KJV, Old and New Testament wrapped into one, to explain what's happening, and clarify everything. And we don't really have it for Warlord, so made it back when Ancients was created. They also added some additional targeting rules, and I don't know all the nuances of that, but I know it's more things target now than used to, and I don't know how where supply fits.
Huh? I was looking for
Should
Rada.
be
So
the-
what just happened?
So they went with Vic's ruling of supply re-equipping potion, and
Yeah, so he doesn't target Zod.
yep, doesn't target Zod. And I'm going to look at the 10th anniversary version as well. It says equip an item in your discard pile to. So yeah, it never targets. It just basically, it seems like it's giving the player the ability to use the equip an item decree, which that would be void of targeting, I think. So Vic's messaging me to see if supply had been updated, or said he's looking that up, but nope, no update. So it's just basically supplies granting the player the ability to perform the equip an item decree, which is kind of interesting. So it's 2 wounds. How did the 15? So Vic is saying I think Zod has 2 wounds. How did the 15 from Adept Ray fail?
Yeah, so he's saying it exactly. That's what I was saying as well.
Yep, but I don't think he's one who is. I don't think he's in the. Nope, he's not in the voice. So
I can't see because your check mark. I found the anniversary set clarification post, and basically what it's clarifying is that the character targeting himself doesn't cause
yes,
a DC check.
yep,
I still have the gut feeling that if Supply was targeting Zod, he should be doing the check, but I
right.
can't see the full text, so I'm not sure.
Well, so yeah, supply just says equip an item in your discard pile to one of your dwarves. So what supply is doing is giving the player
So he's not actually targeting him.
he's giving you the decree. He's letting you make the decree of equipping an item from your discard pile to one of your dwarves instead of him targeting the dwarf and like moving
so
the item onto
supply
it.
doesn't say target, and that's the loophole there. Okay.
Yeah. So the way supply would need to be worded to be affected by the potion would be, spend order, move target item from your discard pile onto one of your dwarves or whatever. So
Or rather,
target under your target dwarf.
target
Did
a
you
dwarf.
say that the other person
Yep.
said that guy or Zod is supposed to also have 2 wounds on him?
We have
Yeah.
we have somebody else who's kind of also suspicious about what happened. It's really hard because I've watched a bunch of games by now, and I've assumed a lot of things about a lot of games and been very sure of myself. It's hard to imagine that 7 spectators on voice with them, also in the game, all missed it. None of them said a thing, and
Well, I don't know that they missed it. I think that they might not have said something, but I feel like the community overall is very respectful, and I don't think anyone
Sure.
wants to step over anybody's toes, which I
Right.
think is obviously great. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be in a tournament. You're not supposed to, you watch and you say nothing. Otherwise,
Right.
you can invalidate the game.
Sure.
But that is a big difference, obviously, because that just means Adarimi needs 1 wound to take the game, whereas right now, obviously, 2 seems almost impossible.
Yeah.
You need 1 lucky roll if he has 2 wounds.
Yes. Adarmi didn't move forward, so that other sort
Possibility.
of out we talked about,
That's not happening.
that's not happening this turn.
Yeah, I am surprised that he doesn't move her forward more often. Even in the first game, after the first turn, she stayed in a third rank, and I felt like that was imprudent. Just because at some point you've always got that last minute pull of I just need to roll a 20. There's 3 strikes on that Arimi. That's super powerful.
Yeah, misses the Alliance standard check here by 1.
Oh,
And
that hurts.
potentially some of what was going on, maybe so this is another point where the 2 wounds versus 1 on King Zod is relevant, but King Zod does have Common Blade. He had Common Blade active before he played the Nodwick, so if Darmy had lost initiative, that's the end of the event, right?
Yeah.
King Zod wins initiative, swings at you, and potentially just kills you right there. So maybe it was worth risking it if King Zod had 2 wounds on him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
This is why I don't win often, because I usually play very aggressively, even though, because again, if he has 3 exhaustions in the deck, that would also have been a reason to feel comfortable doing it, moving forward. Unless
Right.
King Zod is attacking outright. If King Zod had done anything whatsoever, obviously you spend him and that's it.
Yeah. Another
like
thing,
the Potion of Blurring, for example.
Sure. King Zod could be. I mean, maybe he's marking his character strangely. Maybe he's the -1. He's trying to represent that he has 1 hit point left. I really have no idea.
Yeah.
But there's a couple different things that could be going on there. I definitely want to hear from them after about why that was. Does it look good to me? Searching for a card. He's got his 2 best cards in the matchup: Helm of Terror and Ghost Steel Gauntlets. I wonder what his third and Common Blade is really good. I wonder what his 4th best card is, or what he decides to go for.
Yeah, Common Blade hurts as well. It's got what, +7s now?
Mm-hmm. It could be
Bone Armor.
Oh, he went for Bone Armor. Fascinating. Does that mean he has the War Spikes? I guess. I mean, Bone Armor is definitely an upgrade. Yeah, Bone Armor is definitely an upgrade from.
You can't bring it, right?
He
can't search for it, rather.
Right. I mean, if he.
Yeah, the War Spikes, he can't search for it.
Yeah. So if he has the War Spikes, I absolutely get the Bone Armor.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it might have been interesting to go for the Amulet of Waking to shut off exhaustion.
Yeah.
So 1910, 10. So I think made the helm check, failed the potion check, and then failed the helm check. Because of what we just saw. Yeah, this is pretty obnoxious, and this is the power of the little item Zod in a matchup like this. So
Yeah, especially because he doesn't have anything to deal with those items. Because if he had any range, if he had range strikes to bring to either damage or somehow get to supply, or if he had item destruction, there would be some sort of possibility here, but it's not looking good.
So I know you guys were mentioning it during the first match. I don't know if you went over it whenever we started recording at the beginning of the second match, but the time limit?
Yeah, we got 8 minutes.
For the whole entire match?
90 minutes total. But yeah,
for the round, yeah.
8 minutes on time. Yep.
So 90 minutes per round?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Best 2 out of 3.
Which is exactly double what it normally is in a physical event, and the extra time is just to account for kind of the oddities of playing online. You move more slowly, you manipulate your cards more slowly. It takes about twice as long. So
rolling itself is slower because you got to do multiple clicks.
Yep, you got to click around. Yeah, so Zod's up a game, 8 minutes on the clock. And this is what I was talking about. I know it didn't seem super relevant at the time, back when there was 54 minutes left, but Brictus probably should have scooped that game when it was very clearly out of reach. Maybe some of the gung-ho PMA attitude coming back, around to hurt, because we have 7 minutes left on the clock from where I'm standing. And from where I'm looking, that's good. Yeah. From where I'm looking,
that superior armor, that's obnoxious.
Yep. Yep.
Plus 8,
Now
plus 8.
Zod's. Yep. Yeah. It's always
Zod has
fun.
become a god, and there we go with. Jeez.
It's always fun to count this
No
stuff. So
salt
we
on the
got
wound again. Temple of Lord.
50, 17. So we got 17, 17. So we got 34 and then another 5. So we got 39 AC right now in King Zod. And that should put him out of reach for this turn. He's really just got, just needs to not die this turn. And he's good. And I don't see how he could. We need like multiple 20s in a row, which I think is like 1 in 400 chance. So yeah, this just looks rough. And yeah, he hasn't even started his attacking for the turn. So there's no character that Adarmi can play that will be live to attack. He'll have to do a late turn Blazing Medallion on one of his already spent characters. But that's assuming that Zod doesn't just leave up some of his items.
And he's got three cards in hand still.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a clinic. This is Zod bullying around.
There we go.
There's the medallion. Yeah. Maybe could have held on to that and not broadcast it so early. See if you can get rid of some of the Ghost Steel Gauntlet strikes before you reveal you have that.
Yeah.
I think passing may have been a better option. Hasn't used the Rosalies yet. It doesn't look like.
Or just strike. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving up, Kronos. 5 minutes on the clock from where I'm standing. Common Blade. This is all these strikes are not a 1.
Yeah. Such a shame.
Lenora. Just a reminder.
Remy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were after. I think everybody loves an underdog, just about everybody, and Adarmi,
especially the peasant queen.
Yeah. Literally the underdog faction, literally the peasant queen, but also there were 3 Zods in the top 8 and no other repeat warlords. So, anything that wasn't a King Zod, people were going to be rooting for, I think. So,
yep.
Sad to see this, Ricta in this kind of situation. Not looking good, but miracles do happen. We'll see. If
he didn't even have the potion activated yet. He's activating it now, I think, isn't he?
No, I think he's striking with it.
He's striking with it, yeah.
Yep. So if miracles didn't happen in Warlord, I mean, we all have those games that we remember losing, from an unlosable position. We have those games that we remember winning from an unwinnable position. Yeah. So it's easy to say this Adarmi is lost, but anything can happen in the game with dice.
Come on, Remy, what have you got left? These 2 are stunned, or are they ready, the Spencer and the Kun?
They both failed their will check, so maximum salt.
Ouch.
Yep.
There we go. More strikes.
Here comes the helm. Yep, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 3 more after this one, based on what we see. That's not counting what's in the hand. And the Zod, like a lot, it runs singleton items, so a lot of singleton items.
Either, so he's still got multiple strikes.
I forgot about that. Yep, that's true as well. Yeah, Dowd just playing it really methodical, really slowly. No reason to rush. That you're the bigger deck in the matchup, and you're the essentially the control deck or the one that's going to win the longer game. So yeah, why attack?
If he's got time on his hand, or on his side rather.
Yep. Why attack? Just sit back, relax, take your Ghost Steel Gauntlet strikes, and
enjoy cruising into first place.
Yeah, it's looking like we're getting ready to crown a champion. Yep, again. Crown is odd. Yeah.
Adremy did win one though recently, didn't she?
I don't think she's won in the events in the online stuff. People don't really
thought she
tend to
did.
play her. People
I
don't
think
tend to
people
play
clamor.
her or Zod.
They clamor about both of them being overpowered.
Hmm. Yeah, I think the online crew is a little bit more into kind of proving themselves as like creative minds and deck builders and stuff, and also just playing the factions they like and the strategies they enjoy more so than what they think is going to give them the most win percentages. So, but in an event like this, you see the Zots and the armies coming out of the woodwork. So, and wounding the Temple of Lore, missing the Temple of Lore.
So, just on a technical note, the streaming just started working.
Randomly.
Really,
So we're streaming again for the last 2 minutes of the round.
that's great.
Wonderful.
That's funny. Thank you, Cancun Internet.
Or just in general noobs. First time we were trying to stream. We've been wanting to do it a few times with my previous matches, but we just never got around to it. And yeah, so live and learn.
No, it's fine. We'll have the VOD.
At least we recorded one.
Yeah, I think I also threw up the Untap link as well in case people wanted to watch. So let me do a check in Untap. We have, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 21 people, I think, spectating in Untap the client itself. So yeah, I threw that link up on Facebook. I'm not sure if that helped anybody, but that's a pretty good chunk. I would have scooped game 1 if that was true. Yeah, maybe they're operating on the assumption they don't have a timer. Which is interesting. That's pretty cool. There's so many people watching. I'm gonna save this
Where do you see
somewhere
the
real quick.
spectators?
So if you click over on the left, the 3 lines,
You
and
just
then you go
basically
to
back to the menu.
game
Oh,
menu.
yeah, okay. Yep. That was a bunch of us there.
So yep, Zod has just held this formation the whole game. King Zod in the front, Will in the second, Supply in the third. Pretty much a perfect army for this matchup. That's all I needed. 3 characters. Took on an army. And
Zod is a one-man army.
yeah, we haven't seen Brickta concede any of his matches, at least not on camera, and I don't think he's not gonna do it today.
No. He's gonna try until the last second.
Yep. I wonder how the voice comms are going now. I wonder if Dow's wondering how can he lose, or if he's pretty sure he's got this. Gotta imagine he feels very comfortable.
Again, especially at this moment, move Adarimi forward and hope to win initiative.
Yep, and then just make your helm checks and then roll 20s. I think that.
And watch.
I think that was
18. That's it.
Yeah, I think that was an option. I think moving a army up earlier was a bit of an option. The turn when he had a brother and he played I think the character's name is Karanos. That gives +2 to the front rank.
Yep.
If he had done those things a bit earlier, that was one of his outs, and the other out was the Alliance Standard thing.
There we go. I was gonna say, where's that exhaustion? The whole time we were waiting for that exhaustion, he finally got it.
Yeah.
Not that it matters much, but yeah, he was playing carefully with his potion of blurring instead of just outright attacking.
That's the first one of the
round.
the match. Yeah. Either game, there's been no exhaustions, and players a little bit past time, but we'll let this end. Oh, and he had the rescue. Yeah, that's some salty stuff.
Card.
Yep. Well, he's answering an arguably broken card with an arguably broken card. What can, we're playing rocket tag out here.
No, it's great. There's a reason these guys got to where they are, of course.
Yep, Karanos coming out. And
+2 to the front rank.
Not relevant.
Unfortunately, not enough. And it's not skill either, which is also super important right now.
Just swapping out. Okay, interesting.
Swapping out, yeah.
Huh.
Well, obviously, it gets 2 more hit points, so now it's just definitely no way to. I mean, he has to do four wounds to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was a good item trade. Goes against the brother.
That definitely is a comfortable way to avoid losing, unless obviously she was running Vorpal Blade somehow, but of course she's not.
2 hit points. I think you meant 3. We got the war spikes. And
yeah, I did see that.
He just dropped the war spikes, so we're up to
so
we're up to +3.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
so he's
is
at
rough.
6 hit points now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here comes a Ghost Steel Gauntlet strike for a bunch.
I haven't seen Avalon stance.
No. Wonder if he runs it.
I don't think it matters any with the Ghost Steel Gauntlets now. You can have a much more useful item and just use that as an extra strike.
I've been wondering when people would find the Ghost Steel Gauntlets. They are quite the item.
Yeah.
And this has been the event where they've shown up.
Obviously, this is the best case scenario for Ghost Steel Gauntlets because you're playing against a bunch of level 1 characters. If you were playing a cavalry deck, obviously with level 4 characters and above, then it wouldn't be nearly as useful. You're getting 1 or 2 strikes out of all your items.
Right. Still good. I think an upgrade to Gloves of Mercy, which everyone has run for pretty much forever.
There's a reason as well. They're quite powerful.
Yeah, they're pretty
Especially
good.
when on a mirror match of tank versus tank. If you can stun your opposing tank, that gives you 2 turns to strike that character.
This is true. This is true. He used the Alliance Standard on one of these spent level 2s in the front rank, so Brickta, just not really much for him to do, but going to go out.
Blaze of Glory.
Blaze of Glory, exactly. Zod still has the Ghost Steel Gauntlets. May not have to attack this turn to win.
Yeah.
Depending.
Well, I mean, against Adarimi, probably.
That's
probably why he's doing that. Oh, he rolled a 1.
Okay. He's definitely going to have to attack to win this turn then.
Yeah, he's down to 3 items to spend, and he's 2 level 2 characters.
Yep.
He could supply to get a 4th item rather as well if there is. Yeah, he can just grab another Potion of Blurring.
Rosalie targets herself and then gets destroyed. Ready's Keranos with the Blazing Medallion. Zod goes for the attack now.
Yeah, Zod's lost patience.
No more messing around.
That's a dead Keranos.
Mm-hmm.
And a spent Adarimi. All by herself. Yep. Oh, there we go. There's a brother.
Yeah, all these attack rolls are giving nothing if he comes into play. But all the attack rolls are basically the math doesn't matter because Common Blade is gives +2 attack for each other item because of the war spikes. So
it's dumb.
Yep, we're looking at +10 attack before or +12 attack before we factor all the other items. So brother,
which needs a rogue, no fighter. Sorry, a fighter in the same rank.
Yep.
Which Adarimi is not.
Definitely not. And if they missed the 2nd hit point, it never mattered in terms of, Zod dying, but potentially Brickta would have played differently. So hopefully it's not the case that the players made a
mistake.
Yeah, a mistake like that, but we'll see.
We're going to the next turn.
I think so. Supply. I don't think we don't run Potion of Strength, so there's no way to get a sudden strike here. I guess Mentor. If his last 2 cards were Mentor plus item he could equip, then sure. But he would have to make the Potion of Blurring check Call of Damnation, a great meta card. Not for this matchup necessarily, but just generally a good one to have. Rattling around your 50 card deck.
Just in case you meet those pesky elves on the field of battle.
Yep. Imprisoned. Probably came through big in some matchups. Not in this one.
Okay, so does this guy even have a chance?
No.
No.
Why is he still
This-
going?
Well, he didn't concede the first game after he didn't have a chance, and I saw him on camera the other day. He didn't concede. I don't think he stops. I think, and probably that's why he's sitting here in the finals, is because he just has this mentality of I am going to do this. You know, the
I
little
think
engine
it's
that
also,
could.
you know, in a way, obviously, it's that I guess, pride, but at the same time, I
Sure.
think it's also a great player experience because it's always, you know, that rage quitting when you're losing
Yeah.
isn't exactly a positive experience for the person.
There's a
winning.
difference between
No.
scooping and rage quitting.
There is, but you know, this is the finals. He's got nothing to lose by not scooping here, and
There we go. Good game.
looks like he rolled a.
There we go. Good games. All right. So we have a champion.
We do.
Hey, Brickta.
Hey, what's up, brother?
How you doing? How you feeling?
I mean, first game and this second game, like first 2-3 turns, it was done
Sure.
pretty much. But yeah, I mean, it's the finals. I'm not just gonna concede.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
come
was
on,
the whole
don't-
conversation.
Come on, you haven't conceded this entire tournament. I think that's probably one of the reasons you're in the finals is because you have this kind of can-do, positive attitude. Like I'm gonna constantly be on the search for my outs and figure out how to win this game. And maintaining that, I think, has served you well this event. And yeah, it's totally fine to not get. You know, of course, it was inevitable that third game, or the second game rather. But no, it's totally fine.
Yeah. I mean, I learned from conceding, I guess, the last Ancients. When I played Fade,
Mhm.
I was in the first rank, spent. I guess I was ready the next turn, and I just needed to see what I got. But probably should have just held out, see if they missed because he's planar, and then wait for my next hand. I just needed to get my what I think I was just waiting for fell bloat, and I would have probably won. But
Yeah, we talked about that. It's a game of dice, you know, the ones and 20s, and we've all had those games that we remember winning from a completely unwinnable position, and we remember losing, you know, certain games from a completely from a position where we could
Unlosable.
never lose. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
when you expected full on to win, and then all of a sudden, bam,
Yeah.
something random comes out that just completely changes the tide of the game.
so no shame in in going through to the end. So what were you looking for? What were you hoping? Like, what's a god hand for you in this particular matchup? What kind of stuff were you hoping to see that you maybe didn't?
that's kind of what I was just talking with Watt about just right before joining here. When the deck goes off, it pretty much went off the last two games on the last games against Gurino. I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Close
yeah,
enough.
the way that those last two games went is just how it's supposed to go. I mean, ideally, um, but in this case, I mean, I got Winter Warfare out in first or second turn also, but I just couldn't use it because he was already in the front rank and he wasn't gonna be moving any characters forward. So
Yeah, it's
it
a
was
completely
pretty,
different style deck, right?
yeah, it was a dead card and it was useless.
If you could have changed cards out, what cards would you have changed?
Uh,
What do you
I
feel
mean,
like your deck needed?
it depends because I think it was mostly missing the strikes and getting stunned that changed everything. Since if I had gotten a bit more hits, I probably could have used Winter Warfare and then things would have been different.
Oh, you mean
Um,
getting stunned from Will?
yeah, the will.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I mean the God Hand would be a Winter Warfare and just like maybe one or two characters and anything else will be useful somehow. I can pretty much use any card when it comes out that or the first hand. So as long as I get maybe 2 characters, a Winter Warfare, and then 2 random cards, whatever they can be. I think it's fine because I can always search out another character and have a bunch more attacks.
In
I don't
game
know,
one, we were really hoping for you
Go
to
for
have
it.
the exhaustion. You had a 7-card
Yeah, I was
hand.
just about to mention that. I was like, we
You
were
had,
all
you had a
hoping for
7-card
you to have
hand,
that.
and he had Denali Sagebound, and you had the opportunity to, exhaustion the react so that he doesn't get the additional stats. And you
Yeah.
had 7 cards, and we said, oh, he's definitely got the exhaustion. But maybe we kind of cursed you a little bit because you didn't have it out of
I
7
think you
cards.
did because I was looking at that and I said I have a meet at the end. I don't have exhaustion.
Mhm.
I played the meet at the end just to see if I could draw the exhaustion, but no.
Yep.
No exhaustion.
I don't remember what it was, but it was another dead card. I guess it was another item that I already had, or maybe the Winter Warfare. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was the Winter Warfare that I drew along with something else.
That's tough. Well, obviously, second place, not a complete loss.
No, you did really well.
it's
Congratulations.
second place is the first loser. Some people would say. So
Good, but good for $100. Good for a
You did
copy
better
of the.
than-
yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I honestly just wanted to make top 8 and
Sure.
get the playmat, and then just whatever
That's
everything
awesome,
else is
yeah.
just
The
extra.
playmat is playmat's the real prize, but you get $100. You get a copy of the 10th anniversary open reprint set, which
They're
those
very rare now.
yeah, the supply on those are going down, and you get a top 8 playmat. And I mean, this is some pretty good clout. You second place in the World Championship, so everybody
You
will
did better
be.
than both of us did.
Oh, you knocked me out. You were my second loss. I tried to bring it up, but yeah, oof,
This is
destroyed
my
me.
second loss again, and it's against the same player. So
A good matchup for
Yeah.
a decent matchup for him.
Honors were due.
Yep.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
played very well.
Yeah, we were looking at obviously as spectators. We definitely were hoping, or I guess we were all rooting for you because we definitely felt like the Adarimi was the weaker matchup, especially because of the decks. That Zod deck is definitely well tweaked towards this kind of deck, and your Adarimi deck just felt like it needed either item destruction or something with range strike so that you could
Yeah,
reach the will, reach the supply, start destroying some of those items. And I mean, obviously, destroying that not awake, you get to take away 2 other items. But yeah, it just seemed like that those were your bag of toys that weren't available, or somehow bringing that Adarimi forward and being able to do damage with her and as a last ditch effort.
yeah, but it just wasn't gonna happen. I mean, it was pretty much over. He needed to make. I guess there was one point in this last game where I made a mistake, which was not using Black Moss when I won initiative, so he would have suffered a second wound. But that
There we
wouldn't
go.
have made much of a difference.
Speaking of wounds, do you know? Can you enlighten us what happened? We thought you had actually done a second wound.
No, it was. I don't know. I don't know at one point, but no, I was not close enough to do another wound. We're
There
not.
was a moment where Kuntazen had the Alliance Standard buff. So he had +5 to his stats, and I believe he has 2 skill innately.
Yeah.
And you attacked, and you made the you went for the Potion of Blurring check, and I believe you rolled a 15 or a 16.
15.
And
It was on the money.
It was
So
on
15 plus
you
the
rolled a
2 plus
15.
the 5 from the standard.
Yeah, so it should have been when we were watching. We thought maybe you made the check, and I think it
No.
was for the Black Moss.
Moss.
But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I'm getting the characters out. I mean the cons. But yeah, I don't think I made the check. If that was the case, I think I was off by like 1.
Sure. Yeah, and that's very possible.
Also making mistakes adding, but yeah.
It wasn't those. It was the other.
The adept.
The one that adept. There we go.
Yeah.
It was the adept with 2 skill.
Where is he?
Okay.
Yeah, this
Yep.
guy. Yeah.
There we go.
So it looked like you may have gotten a second wound on him. We weren't sure, and we didn't want to assume that we knew more than the 2 of you who are in voice, or the 7 or 8 other people in voice with you guys. But it looked like maybe there was supposed to be 2 wounds there. I wasn't. We weren't really sure, but
Yeah, I think I just barely missed the check.
Okay. Sure.
Even I mean, if you think about it now, it still wouldn't have mattered that much. I mean,
Mhm.
he
Yeah.
still had what 2 more wounds, 2 hit
Yeah.
Oh,
points.
he had 1 more, and that was what we were saying, is that maybe that would have changed the way you played a little bit, seeing that you only need to do 1 more wound to win.
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess
that's what-
yeah, it's
Well,
possible.
and you may have missed the check. I don't really know what was happening there. because again, we weren't in voice comms with you
We
guys.
weren't listening. Yeah, of course.
But we don't want to run too late. Is there anything you want to say? Any final words or any shout outs to Team Tijuana?
No, they cursed me.
They curse you. Oh no,
Yeah.
they
You're
overhyped it.
banned.
Yeah,
You're banned.
exactly. When, when
So
when when the first game started and I started missing some, I mean it's +4 and he only has 11. I only need what, sevens?
mhm.
Sucks. But yeah.
So
Afterwards,
yeah.
uh, well, I'm happy where I ended up, and I knew it was going to be a hard matchup based on our previous games. So I just needed to get a good hand. I was just hoping to get the same hands I got last game. So that
Well,
didn't
Sure.
happen.
congratulations. Don't feel bad. I think you did a great job.
No, yeah, count this a. I mean, overall, we really think of this. This was a victory. Second place is very good. This was stiff competition. I will say though, you're talking about your Tijuana teammates kind of letting you down. We do have a slot open in Team Japan. If you want, we could take a third. Right now, it's just
You wanna-
Yotaka Fish and I. We are Team Japan, the two of us.
There's
If you
someone
want to
else in
sign
Japan.
up, we can set up some tryouts for you, and
I don't
get that
know.
going next week.
New
They just
alliance.
cursed me by overhyping it and saying, yeah, I don't. Someone said you just cursed them, and yeah, that's what happened.
So
I
you
think
want to stay
what he's
on?
trying to say, he
Shout
jinxed
out.
them. They jinxed him. That's what they were saying.
So you want to stay on Team Tijuana? It wasn't a deal breaker.
I'll think about it.
Okay, let me know. Let me
Yeah.
know. Yeah, no, good games, brother, and thanks for playing. Thanks for participating. Thanks for making time to schedule games with all your opponents and giving us a great show all throughout the top 8 and throughout the Swiss. And we'll go ahead and say our goodbyes and grab Dow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Take care, man.
yeah.
Hey, what's up? Congratulations, world champ.
Thank you. I'm still just kind of in shock right now. I don't know what to say. It's a little surreal.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You did a great job. You were playing super, super carefully, super defensively, super confidently.
Yeah, I was really trying. It's probably the hardest matchup for Zod because if he hits Winter Warfare, I was even thinking about today before playing. It's just his deck is just, and it's been mentioned. I mean, it's the greediest deck in the tournament. I mean, it's amazing how greedy his deck is, but it served him well, right? It took him to the championship. He rolled well in the semifinals when he needed to, and he played Winter Warfare. And it's just, gasoline on gasoline. And lucky for me, he felt some will checks, I think the first game and second game, kind of early, and gave me enough traction because my whole thing was I had to go grab Amulet Awakening if I got Winter Warfare. That's what I had to use my order for. But I also knew Exhaustion because it's a pretty slick little deck. And I know he also had Exhaustion. And so if I was able to get on Amulet Awakening, I felt like I've got a chance because then I don't take any wounds. I can keep will back. I can keep my third rank back, whatever happens, because I'm trying to get mentor. I've always got to, save room for mentor because I run one mentor.
Yeah, we thought about her.
And so it's tricky though when you get out Temple because then you have to have a 5th rank. To bring him in, you have to have a 4th rank. But I was fortunate enough. The first game got real lucky with the Denali. Second game.
You faded a 7-card hand from Adarmi, no exhaustion in the hand. That was great to be able to fade that exhaustion there.
Yeah.
On the Denali react.
Yeah, so I was also thinking about that because I was sitting there counting his cards because he played meat at the end, and I was like, well, that's tough because the chances.
How many of those
him,
are exhaustion?
Yeah, chances of him doing it, and then I didn't see it, and so I thought, well, he didn't exhaust me when I went and got my card, so maybe he's saving it for Denali. Yep. So I wasn't quite sure, so I did luck out on that one. I don't think there's any two ways about that.
No, that was great.
It's a mix of skill and luck.
Yeah,
for sure.
And game 1 was a clinic. You played it really well. I think you sequenced the items you went and sought out. Pretty much perfectly. We were kind of scratching our heads a little bit when you popped the potion in the first turn of game 1, but it didn't matter. I mean, Denali just kind of had already put you out of range, And so it was, yeah, it was just that
That's
was a
pretty
beating.
brutal.
Game
It was
one was a
brutal.
beating, and Brickta, you got to admire him because he is willing to just take those beatings and keep punching. You know, even if his, you know, even if he's hitting like a wet tissue, he'll keep going, right? And
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was interesting.
His determination is great. Like
Yep.
that was the first time I've ever played him in Swiss, and he was the same way. There was one game he had to dare me up front, and it was kind of that point in the game where it's like you get so many items on Zod, and it's just it almost becomes an NPE, right? And so
Yep.
the person
Yeah.
goes scoop game 2 or game 3, you know, whatever.
Yep.
And at one turn he like moved to dare me up, and I was like, awesome, the ball's on this guy, like let's go. And so then we were ready. He won initiative in Swiss, and he just, I'm gonna attack with the dare me. And I was like, okay, I've got almost 30 AC. I think I had 5 or 6 hit points. It's like, all right, man, I respect that. And you know, he missed me at the strikes, but you know, I like that. You know, I like that type of stuff. I like the underdog stuff. I like the probably why I like stacking items so much, because I'm always calculating and thinking. And sometimes those matches I have to ask, all right, hold on, I need to run some numbers. I need to run some calculation statistics, because if you can keep Zod alive with the build I was running, starts turn 3, it just gets really, really rough. Unless you just have some solid meta to use against him, it just gets really rough. So I was just sweating it out trying to get to turn 3 on.
I was just thinking of
Especially
that. What is
some
that level 1 action that overwhelmed or something, where you're carrying too much stuff?
It's amazing. So it's actually a 4.
Encumbered.
Yeah.
Encumbered.
Yeah.
That's the word I was
Yeah.
looking for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Encumbered. Yep. So that's a really good one. But I mean, I haven't seen anybody play that in an Ancients tournament online yet. So
Been a while.
yeah, I felt pretty good about that. I felt pretty good about Entangled not being out there.
Yeah.
Now the thing I was scared about is because I played a lot of Zods last year in the untap, especially when I was playing Brickta in October, and then I played Micaiah in December. And there was another time I ran Northrop Cavalry, and I was scared because if you get the Red Rares or Truck up, and they have a Bramble on, or they have a King's Lady, they really don't give a shit about Zod's AC, right? It's a plus 21 or plus 22. So
Yeah.
if that happens to you first or second turn, you're just sweating bullets. And, you know, plus you get that with an Obliterate or something like that, or even the Bramble on Danros's, and it's like, yeah, why don't you make a DC 22? And it's like, oh, you know,
That's what
Woodrow
was saying, is that you're a middle tier Zod, where you're not really running full blitz, but you're also not running like the high level items.
Yeah, I play tested a lot with my group. I really have them to thank. They really help twist it out a lot. So I put meta in there against Golden Gun. I put meta in there against the Dare Me. I
Rescue.
knew. Yep, I put 2 rescues in there. The problem with running rescue in this deck is it gives you -5 skill, and then the only way I had to deal was with medicine kit. But last year when I played in the online championship, you know, and when I played in the tournament, I didn't play in the championship, but I remember it was so fast. The environment was so fast, and it was everybody's just going, and it's just, and I was like, well, I'm not going to run any Zod items that are over 7, because if I collapse, I might be able to build back. But if I get a second hand or third hand, and it's a Bramble or a King's Lady and Annuals of Triumph or, you know, Rage Caller or something, there's no way I can equip it. Tome of Champions or Titan Shield.
Yeah, dead cards.
Yeah, I mean, and so I was thinking, hey, you know, it's going to be Blitz. I'm going to be ready. And so I started building my deck that way, and where I didn't have any dead cards, and it just gave me them. And then I thought, you know, I'll build it around Ghost Steel Gauntlets. I'm not going to worry about Habit Launch Dance. I'd even include it in the deck because
That's what I was mentioning as well. It's like, what's the point of having an extra strike if you could just have another more useful item and then use that to strike?
right. And Habit Launch Dance is a fantastic card in Zod. I mean, it is. I'm not saying it's not. It's just for the build I went. What I was going for was I was counting on Zod being exhausted, so I even took out Greaves with my playtest group. They said it's not going to matter because you're generating with Ghost Steel Gauntlets. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? You're right. And I'm not going to try to get in all my swings. And so then you really have to save your swings for the higher level characters because you have to spend the equal now Go Steel gauntlets to the items. And so, but I was really kind of scared going in registering the deck because I was like, well, classic Sanguinel deck hoses on, especially back in the day because you get a 6-card hand. You play Argent at some point, and you just kind of look at Zod, and you're like, you don't get to go get your item now. What are you going to do, big boy? And it's like, ugh. Or, he plays Amnesia or
Do you
Staff
have any
of
multi-wounding
Secrets.
in your deck?
I do. So the cool thing I run is I only ran a couple items the same. If I can equip all the items I'd like, I can get up to 18 items, different items on. So I ran 25 items, maxed out on items. The only duplicates I ran was 2 Ghost Steel Gauntlets, 2 Common Blades because they're so important to the deck, and then 2 Potion of Blurrings. I actually cut a Potion of Blurring to put in Dark Hide Armor, which didn't do much. I should have kept a 3rd Potion of Blurring. My gut told me that, changed that at the last second, and I didn't. I should have. I should have ran 3 Potions of Blurrings. But the point, usually by turn 2 or 3, very latest at 4, if my defense is strong enough, I go grab Common Blade or Ghost Steel, whichever one I need, and then I just start hacking away because you get 6 items with Common Blade, and now you do an additional wound. So now you're doing 2 wounds, and then my only other wounding I ran was Bracers of Ogre Power. So Bracers of Ogre Power, right? So I could do 3 at a time, but then I knew how strong I felt like Zod was going to be because the whole environment was like super draw hate, right? It was Burn the End, Twist of Fate, Staff of Secrets, all this stuff. So I was like, well, I'm not going to run any meta. I'm going to let them get their cards. If they let me get my cards, I'm good. So I was thinking back in 40, I ran the Bloody Countess, as Woodrow can attest to, and he bashed my face in with Sir Bobby. I still have a concussion from that. Bad memories. No, that's all good. But the card I knew, if Zod got all his items and I got all 18 of mine, I could still beat Zod, was I would play Superior Armament. And so what that does is that gives you 1 attack and AC for each item. So if I have 18 on, all of a sudden I now have plus 18 attack in AC, and then Zod looks at me and I'm like, well, maybe I'll fail your Bramble check, but I'm about to beat your brains in. And so they usually have stealth with Thaniels of Triumph, so they'd cancel the first one. And then I spend all my Ghost Steel Gauntlet items until, they have 12 or 13 hit points. So if I don't kill them in that turn, hopefully I can kill them in the next turn. But that was kind of my little tech card I put in there. Plus, nobody expects it when you're in the 3rd rank and you play Superior Armament and you have 2 items equipped, because the other order that's less used is you move forward the amount of ranks that you have items equipped. So then you can jump right to the front, and they're like, oh my God, Zod's at the front. Like, I didn't think he was going to go to the front in one action. So that was kind of cool for surprise. So it was, but I really lucked out. No Sanguinels in the tournament, which I couldn't believe. I actually thought about running Sanguinel just because he's so consistent. He's underrated in Ancients, just like the Nemesis is. But
congratulations, you knocked out a lot of really top tier players.
I think some of it was luck. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, some of those guys probably should have beat me. It's just, it's a D20 at the end of the day.
So how is this win change your life? I mean, how's this going to affect your day to day? Are you going to tell your wife?
Yeah. So my wife went to bed early, and she was like, "Good luck. I think you're gonna win." And I was like, "Yeah, no," but I was kind of like, but I was gonna tell Wes. I was like, "Hey, you got like this little kind of championship belt," because Wes is in my play group.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm gonna get this cool trophy, so I'm sorry. I think mine's better. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna trade. And so I already had people, asking like, if you win, I was like, man, I'm not thinking ahead, dude. Brick is a good player. I've already played him in Swiss. I was real fortunate. He didn't draw Winter Warfare in either game against me in Swiss. So I was like, I ain't looking past nobody. I don't even want to talk about that right now. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. At a time. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. And I'm going to bring back signatures on Discord. So like I can put down there on the bottom like they did on Temple and be like, 2020 online untapped champion. I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, I think that's a thing I intended to do starting last year and forgot, was to set up roles for world champs. So we might look back into that. I think we should. But yeah, you also, in addition to the cool glass trophy, you got $200 and
Yeah,
a sealed treasure chest, which is
Yeah, that is
extremely
huge value.
rare.
that's like
Uh,
$200.
shout out to
At least.
maybe more.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fabio for donating that. He sent that to me. He said, "Hey, use this for prize support." Thanks, Fabio. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's awesome.
Everybody go to cardgamegeek.com, buy some dead card games, and then
No,
you
he's
get
great.
you get the top 8 playmat as well, which is
Yeah.
also very exciting. I'll be showing that image probably tomorrow, and yeah, man, congratulations. Well
you.
played.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for covering the game, guys, and working with our time. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I wish we could have done it live, but
So
yeah,
we had
So I
we had
heard it
some-
like went down or something.
It went down. Yep, it did.
Oh,
but
no.
we caught game 2. We have a VOD of game 2, which will be going up on YouTube, and so everybody kind of missed. At least everybody doesn't have to watch Brickta attack this 40 AC monstrosity 8 hit point Zod that's healing himself once a turn from game 1. So we honestly we kind of spared everybody, right?
yeah, that was unnecessary. That was a little overboard.
Yeah.
That was rubbing salt onto the wounds.
Yeah, we kept laughing about how much mental damage was being done every time Will. So after you'd already kind of assembled Voltron and become, instead of God ascended to, or instead of Zod ascended to God,
Zod the God.
Zod the God, he started missing his will checks suddenly, and he would stun 2 characters a turn. It didn't matter that he stunned 2 characters, but it just started happening. And I was like, this is going to do mental damage for game 2.
Yikes. I'm sure he was sweating bullets there.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, I was fortunate. The dice treated me good today. I think I only rolled 1 in my whole match, so I can't complain.
Yep.
Yeah, you rolled 1-1.
Yep.
So any final things you want to say to anybody? Maybe thank your play group, or
for
shout out to
sure.
anything.
Yeah, shout outs to my play group. That's Jackals and Warren, Ace. He played the hate deck that also made the top 8. Lost to
I lost to that.
Yep. So he was
That was
one of the
dirty.
few. Yeah, he was one of the few golden gun decks. He toned the crap out of that deck. That was a solid deck.
Yeah.
And of course, Wes brought the Cardius out of nowhere, super dirty deck that he hadn't played or anything, and we hadn't done any testing. He's like, "Hey guys, I decided on this deck." I was like, "You ding dong, I hate that deck." So I mean, that deck could have very easily killed any deck, in the tournament, because you kill the undead and then it's just a 20 and it doesn't go anywhere. Your next melee is a 20, so that's a good one. The other thing, my deck or play group, the Thing 33. It's also my older brother, so he introduced Warlord to me back in the day. So shout out to him. I could talk about all that stuff forever. And then we recently had somebody else join our playtesting group, James Fahey.
Him, yeah.
Yep. So he's a good player. He
He's
ran
in Georgia, isn't he?
Yep, he's in Georgia, so we chat online and things, and he's a solid dude too. So they really helped me. And then thank you guys for doing this. I mean, without Guardians of the Storm, I know David, you do you sell the sets of cards, on Facebook to help people get back in the game. That are an amazing deal, with all the rares and everything you put in there. That's awesome. And then everything you do, Woodrow. I know they asked you to step up a couple of years ago or several years ago, and you did. And I mean, that's just what you do for the community and keep it going is just immeasurable. I know, sometimes you do things and people just want to, kiss your butt, like, oh, this is the guy in charge of kisses butt. But, it's just genuine. Like, just thank you for everything you do. And I was just talking to, Iceman earlier about just, everything that people do for Warlord. And then, except Fabio donating those things. And I know Josh does a lot to him. Shout out to Josh. He's also
You left him off the play group.
Yeah, no, he's also my play group, but it's like I'm like I'll message Josh and I'll be like, "Hey, are you playing Artec again?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna build a new Artec." I'm like, "All right, so do you want to play test?" No, we're good. Like, yeah, I know you're just gonna build another Artec. So, which he's amazing. He's one of the best. He's one of the best. Deck builders I know for sure.
Into like the top 8, that he's definitely he's a bit of a maniacal genius.
Yeah, so he actually got me back into
Maniacal.
Maniacal. Sorry, multi-language problems.
Yeah,
maniacal genius.
Yeah, about 2000. Yeah, yeah.
Well, Trench is
2000.
one of the weakest warlords in Warlord. At least that's what everybody thought until that happened.
Dwarves have a good level one blitz. Strangely enough,
Yeah.
but no, you're right, Dow. I think on the community side, we have a solid community. It's everybody who's a part of it wants to be, and
Yep.
everybody's welcome, and yeah, a lot of really good sportsmanship. Even
Yep.
in this event with kind of heightened stakes and
For sure.
a little bit more, everybody's a little bit more on edge, but we still kind of held on to our good sportsmanship
Decency.
and human decency, and we made it through. We landed the ship, and you are the victor. And congratulations, we crown a King Zod and a 2021 world champion.
Here's the big question: what are you gonna do with the treasure chest? Are you opening it, or are you gonna keep it sealed?
Are you gonna sell it to
I'm
David?
Why are you
gonna
trying to
keep it
scalp?
sealed.
Why are you trying to?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it sealed for now. So
Nice. I think that's a good idea.
David's gonna be in your DMs after this. Hey,
We got one.
can I
Right?
just
I'll trade you a
don't
box
eBay
for
it?
one.
Yeah, I'll
hey,
trade you something
I'll
for
give
it.
you an open one, and I'll add to it. Do you like obliterates? Okay, I can give you some.
Hey, I've got this
obliterates.
hostel in Cancun. You come stay here for a couple nights and just leave
Trade
that
the box
treasure
for it.
chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Payment enough. Don't worry about it.
No, I already opened one. We haven't put that video up, but I don't think so. But I did open one. I did crack one for the channel.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, congratulations again, Dow. David, Matt, thank you guys so much for the stream, and no big deal
Thank you
that
for
we missed
the
we missed
opportunity.
game one. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, and it's 1:30 now for
Oof.
me. I think it's like a little after midnight for Dow, and I don't know what time it is in Cancun. Probably, are you guys Eastern?
12:30.
It's 12:30.
12:30. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're on the same time zone as now. Family man, working man. I gotta kind of hit the road here. But no, thanks everybody for playing. Thank you guys for covering this, and congratulations again, Dow, on a
It's a
well-deserved
pleasure.
victory.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for covering it. Appreciate it.
Take care.
See you guys.
See you later.
See you.
Bye bye.
All right, so yeah, that's a cut. I hope you guys enjoyed the games. I hope you guys enjoyed the interviews. Again, our apologies for the technical difficulties. We really hope that next time we try to live stream, it'll work. I hope you guys like and subscribe. If you want to see more of this content in the future and more Warlord, more Magic, more commentary videos, and maybe a dash of Pokemon. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.